Yep.
So, anything with a green tag on it is sold, probably.
Stain. KBR. Did you see that?
I did.
There's wash rags in here. Do you need any more sweat rags?
I don't think I do.
The records have been tore up. Oh. You have to buy this by the box. Welcome back to South Georgia Home. My name is Gail. We're fighting some sunlight issues. It's cloudy, then sunny, cloudy, then sunny. We have that storm coming through. I think it's the storm that's parked out in the Midwest right now. That's the bringing the ice and the rain and all that. And we're expecting it any day now. So Jason has gone to Home Depot to get some tarps. We've got a few tarps up on the chickens and the dog, but we're gonna put up a couple more just to make sure they're really protected from any wind. We don't put hot lamps on our chickens or lamps of any kind out there. We don't try to force them to lay more in the winter. And we don't put hot lamps out there because we don't want to start a fire. We have hay and it's dry, so we don't want to start a fire. Anyway, this is a haul from, well, let me again touch on something from the last video. Excuse me, frickin' frack. We had the 2 kittens. We are down to 1. One has gone home with another family, a little girl who's turning 7 today. Her cat died, and she was really wanting another kitten. And her mother and her grandmother, who works with me, says, sure. So they came yesterday and picked out one of them. And Grandma tried to get her to take both, but Mom was like, no, only one. So we still have one, the one that was called Patches. She's the smaller of the 2. I'm kind of happy they left her. She is really cute. And kittens at this age are really cute to watch them play. My husband is getting very scared. We're inheriting another animal. And he should be scared. Yeah. So anyway, we still have one. And Patches is the name that they called it down in the maintenance shop as when it was first born because of the coloring. I don't know that I like Patches. I've had a cat named Patches back when I was younger. So I may be renaming it. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that happens. Anyway, this is an estate sale haul from Friday. We went to an estate sale in Enterprise, about an hour and a half away from us. When I say it's an adventure, it's one I don't think I want to do anytime soon again. My husband took a video, I think, of the driveway. I took a picture of us waiting in line. We got there 20 minutes after it started. It started at 8 o'clock. We got there 20 minutes after it started. We were in line for an hour. I have never been to an estate sale like this. I don't think I've ever been to one of this company has ever done. But that being said, I think they were doing the best they could, but I think there were things that they could have done differently. Now, the reason that the kitchen was wrapped up, because off the kitchen there was a little office area, or I don't know if you would have had like a cook or a chef and that would have been their office. I don't know. It was right off the kitchen. Small room. I think it had a fireplace in it. Maybe it was a den. I don't know. Anyway, they called it the jewelry room. Now, the man who lived there was a retired 3-star general. All of his insignia, I think from lieutenant all the way up to the 3 stars, everything was there. All of her costume jewelry. She probably, and I think they had a little bit of real jewelry because they had display cases, the glass front display cases. They had 2 attendees in this room, 2 people who work for the company in this room watching all this stuff. And they would only allow 2 to 3 people in the room at one time. So you've got a major area there off the kitchen, between the kitchen and the laundry rooms out the back door. All of that was blocked because of this one room. You have one small room and you're only allowing so many people in. We got in line because there's some things we wanted to see. They put what you got in a bag, wrote your name on it. You weren't even allowed to take it out of the room with you. They had an attendee, another person who worked for the company, would come around and pick up all the bags and take them to the cashier. Now, of all these people, I have one cashier. So I stood in line to get in the place, I stood in line to get in that jewelry room, and I stood in line to check out. I have never worked so hard to give somebody $100 of my money before. So that was a rant. Hopefully I've got it out of my system. Now we're going to move on to the haul. And I did say I spent $99. Half of it was that bag I showed you. Now, the first thing was upstairs. All the filming that I did was upstairs because there wasn't a whole lot of people and there were no attendees up there. So this was in the bathroom. You saw me looking at it, putting it on the counter. It was $4. It's a TP basket. You can put your rolls of toilet paper in there. In my bathroom, the linen closet is way off to the side. So if you run out and there's no extra roll on the back of the toilet, and with my husband, that is entirely possible because he will not put another one back. This will solve that problem. That'll go right next to the toilet and it'll have 3 or 4 extra rolls in it. So we'll just go with what's in front of me. This was on the back porch, I think. They had a huge lot that backed up to a lake. Beautiful. House, I didn't care for at all. I knocked the house down. It was a huge lot though with big trees and it backed up to a lake. Jason said there was a covered pool. I don't remember seeing one, but he said it was one. I was a little overwhelmed, so there could have been. Because there were sections of that house, there was even a shed I never made it to. So this was on the back porch. They had just boxes of stuff sitting out there, just knickknacks, you know, things that didn't have matches or whatever, and you could just go through the boxes. So they didn't have any fancy frames, but as you can see, just a wooden frame, 8x10 frame. I do have that discharge paperwork that I got at an estate sale. It's a World War II discharge. And I knocked it off the wall by accident here, a month or 2 ago. Cracked the corner of that frame, so I need to replace it. I think she charged me $2 for that. So these were upstairs in the Christmas room, and you saw me pick them up. Excuse me. Ooh. I've done this a few times already, so I'm getting kind of hoarse. But I like the colors of them. I even like the frames, even though they're scuffed up. They were $4 a piece. But I do like the colors. I'm either getting you with the blinds on this way or the ring light on that way, but I'm trying to show you. That was one of them. I did get both of them. And I think these are going to go in my bathroom. On the wall behind the toilet, I did have something on the wall, and I got tired of looking at it, so we took it down. And I think it went to Goodwill. So that may replace that. These were on the back porch, I think, too. I scavenged these, just old clothespins. And these, if you know what these are, I feel like I should know what they are, but my mind is just completely gone. If you know what they are, drop it in the comments. I think it was $2 there. The laundry room had a big old storage section. Probably meant to do your laundry in there, like an iron and board and all that. But there was a big closet. They have boxes of candles. Now, I don't know about you, but I am forever dropping and breaking candles. So I just got these as replacement. I got 2 long white tapers and 2 short white tapers. I think she charged me $1. The prices were not that bad. It's just the waiting to get to everything. Now they did have a linen room, or a bedroom was turned into a linen room. They had a table along the wall that was filled with everything. I didn't get to film in there because I wasn't an attendee. But of course, it's inevitable. I find linen, I'm gonna look through it. And it does have a little staining right there, but I don't think I have one like this. I tell myself that every time, but I don't think I do. This is a round tablecloth. And usually if I get small tablecloths that just fit a small, card table or something, I don't have a small card table. I have a long rectangular table. I'll use them as like a centerpiece, like a doily in the center of the table. This one is a pretty good size round tablecloth, but I liked it. I can't find any damage or any staining. It is just cotton, cotton lace, crochet, whatever it is. I'm not all up on the linen lingo, but you can see how big it is. Let me see if I can get to, this is the center, and this is the diameter, I guess, of it. So that's a pretty big tablecloth. I want to say she charged me $8 for the tablecloth and $2 for the doily, which $2 isn't bad. I mean, if you walk in most thrift stores, you'll find $2 on a doily. Jason did contribute some to this. Now, all of this I'm going to show you was $10. She lumped it all up. It's just a drill bit. I don't know if this is going to go in metal, wood, or sheetrock. It's a drill bit. 9/16. Every time I go to an estate sale, even if I'm by myself and I find tools, if it says Craftsman, I'll usually pick it up. And that's what he picked up, Craftsman 9/16 wrench. A set of wire strippers. You got him a set of Craftsman. And Jason uses Milwaukee tools, battery power tools. But, drill bits, I guess you can use in anything. But these are in a Craftsman box. Craftsman is still sold. It used to be sold at Sears when Sears was open. It's still sold at Lowe's. And then this I thought was pretty neat. And we do need this, something like this around the house for, everyday stuff. So it's an X-Acto knife kit. All the different blades. So all that was $10. He picked this up for thinking about his brother, because his brother does use Craftsman battery power tools. And this is a light. It's a hand light, but it is Craftsman, and it comes with the charger and a battery. Now, if you've ever bought batteries for battery power tools, they are expensive. You're looking at $100, if not more, for one battery. So that was his contribution. So $20 for what he picked up. Now I've done all the other stuff. Let's get to the jewelry room. And like I said, this was something they put in the bag. You were not allowed to take it out of the room with you. Someone came around and collected it for you and took it to the front. I think a couple of videos back, I told you that I had never found a Scotch tape tin. I found one that was for electrical tape, the Scotch tin for electrical tape, and we displayed that at Christmas. This is for cellophane. It's supposed to be 2 rolls. I think it says it right here, 2 rolls. It was $10 for this, and it says all. Can you guess what's in there? What every old woman puts in a tin. Buttons. So I asked the lady when I picked it up. I had seen this in their pictures, but I had forgotten about it. And then it was there in the jewelry room, so I picked it up and I asked the lady, I said, I want this. Can I take it with me? And she said, no, anything in the jewelry room has to be put in a bag and taken up front for you. $10 for a tin of buttons, and I couldn't take it with me. So now the rest of this, each of these items was $2 a piece. And there's 17 items. Now I'm just going to show you all of them grouped up, but the 2 things that were girly in there that I picked out was this little brooch. It's just a pin, Christmas pin, poinsettia. It's cheap. It's not thick metal. It's not old. It's just a little poinsettia pin. I don't have any fancy Christmas pins. And then This is one of the little enamel pocket things that you can put in. This is a mirror. And I thought it was pretty, and $2 a piece, so I just chunked it in with my stuff. And that's pink and burgundy little rhinestones in there. So the rest of this is military insignia. And like I said, everything I'm going to show you is $2 a piece. So there's 17 $2 pieces. 2-star patches. And I grew up in that era when TV shows and movies were portraying, you know, war heroes or war stories. It was always Vietnam. So this kind of threw me back to, you know, those old green fatigues they would wear. Excuse me. And then I think I have a whole set of these, which one of each. I think these are colonels. I want to say he was a helicopter pilot. And then 2 more of these. Same thing. I guess you buy these at the PX and BX, whatever they call it, and whatever branch you're in, and you take them home and sew them on. Again, I think he kept all of his insignia from lieutenant all the way to 3-star general. I didn't get any of that stuff. I just got the general stars. So we got a set of these. These would have been for his dress uniform when he was 1-star. Got a set of the 2 stars with no backs, no clips to hold them on. And then Jason liked these black. It's a 3-star, but these would have been like for everyday uniforms. Stuff like that. And then I got a whole set of the Colonel's birds. So each of that was $2 a piece, 17 pieces of $34 for just the insignia and the little brooches and all. And then $10 for my Scotch tape. So $44 in this one little bag. Now, like I said, $99 and some change. I don't think any of this will be for sale. We did go to, I had to go get my tires rotated. We had lunch, and I was determined to make it to one of my favorite antique store places, antique malls. I had not been since before Christmas, so I really wanted to go. If you saw the decorating video, you saw me decorating that tri-cornered cabinet. I'll just show you. That bowl right there, I'm trying to do it backwards, has glass flower frogs in it, and I only had 2 to put in there. I have one that's for sale. That's not one of them, but it's on a shelf in there. Didn't want to display it, but I wanted another one, and I knew in the mall there were several booths that had glass flower frogs. Some of them were like 18 to 20 bucks. I wasn't in the mood to pay that, and I really liked this one because it's a little unique or a little different. It does have a little bit of rust wear in there in the holes, but it has this candle holder. It doesn't go all the way through, but it is a candle holder on the flower frog. And this was only $12. Now, the reason I hate paying $12 for this, I mean, I bought it, but the reason I hate paying $12 for it is one of those in that bowl up there. I spent $1 on it in an estate sale. And right before I checked out, the last booth I stopped in before I hit the counter to pay for my flower frog, I've seen a lot of people start decorating with clock faces and pieces of clocks or pocket watches. I don't know if having, decorating with clocks is a metaphor for time flying or time is important, or it just looks cool. Anyway, I picked this up in that last booth. It is metal. There's no maker's mark on it. There's no name anywhere. But it is one of those old wind-up clocks. There's where the holes you stick your key in to wind them up. We have an old one, an antique one. When we got married, Jason's grandmother's family, side of her family, because I think at least one of the brothers was still alive. And Jason, when they asked us what we wanted for our wedding, Jason told them he wanted that clock. So we have a clock that you have to wind up. We have the key and everything that you can wind it up. But I don't think the face of that one's as big as this. Anyway, I already know where I want to put this. It's going to go over there with that pig. Turning around one more time up there with the pig. I've already put it there. I like the way it looks. This was originally $10, but the booth was 25% off. So I got it for $7.50. So $99 and some change at that estate sale. And I hope I never have that experience again. And another 20-something dollars at the antique store. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you stay safe and try to stay warm. I know that's going to be difficult if you have to get out and go to work. But thank you for joining us here at South Georgia Home. We hope to see you again next time. Bye.